Right, lads, so we are here with week 4 of Great Lakes Draft League. We are up against Ryan, aka Pianoguy. We're going to be loading in. We're both fill-in coaches. He is the coach that played us in Sandbox and kind of gave us the work. He was top-seeded coach at the end of that, so we're going to see how things go here. They have Latios, Araquanid, Licky Tongue, interesting, Marowakalola, Mushana, and Clefable. Okay. Interesting squad here. What am I going to do about it is probably the better question. Araquanid's a wide guarder, which is a bit of a nuisance for Specs DD, specifically, because it can just wide guard past any expanding forces. I'm really liking the look at AVR Mulder, not gonna lie, that seems pretty solid. I think I might run that lead. Maybe just with the Indeedee as well. Loki kind of like Raichu as well. I kind of like Raichu and Almoldo as a lead. Not really. I'm going to go the Indeedee. I'll bring Celesteela and probably fourth. Probably Togepi. That seems good for it. Oh yeah, there was an issue preceding this. It happens. I just saw the DM there. Not really gonna hate on someone for a little slip up. It was a pretty quick fix, so kind of fine. Latios and Clefable. Okay, interesting. I do get my lead of Indeedee and Almoldo here. I'm thinking I could probably just go for a max move turn 1. I think max Pokemon of choice probably will just be the Almoldo, which is probably what I'll look to do. I'll go for the max and probably go for either the Flutterby or the Steel Spike. I'm kind of liking the Steel Spike just straight into Clefable, and I think we are just going to bring in Celesteela here over the Indeedee for the time being. Because Latios is threatening a one-hit knockout on that Indeedee immediately with something like a Draco Meteor. But we are Psychic Seed on the Celesteela, and with the Psychic Seed buff and also a defense buff from Steel Spike as well, Celesteela will be looking in, to be honest, relatively decent shape. We are Iron Head over Heavy Slam because we're an Acrobatics physical set, just in case of Dynamax, because Heavy Slam does fail on a Dynamax Pokemon, because how the weight interaction works. But we are going to go for that turn 1. Clefable's going to go for Thummy perfectly fine. When you go for that Steel Spike, anticipating and kind of respecting that. We do see the Draco coming out here. It's going into the Celesteela. We are +1 thanks to the Psychic Seed. We've taken that relatively well, so we can't really complain about that. And we are going to see the Steel Spike come out here from Almoldo now. We see a Babiri Berry, really solid tech. I should be jotting that down. I'm going to do that now. Babiri Clef. Nice, okay. really shitty note taking, but you know, it is what it is. But we've got the buff on both our lives now. Celesteela looking pretty hot to trot. Celesteela is faster than the Almoldo as well. So I'm thinking about going for the what could come in for the Latios potentially. Nothing that really wants to take a max Rockfall, so we'll drop a Rockfall on that. And I think we'll go for the Iron Head into the Clefable as well. If that does get the knockout, we are looking real good. Oh, in comes the Marowak. Okay, this is really big, so this is a big Rockfall that's going to be coming out there. Clefable goes for the Protect, not a problem at all. We did kind of play a little bit around that, but we are going to get this really big Rockfall KO off here on the Marowak. We do need to take into account that there is still the option for Dynamax to come out on Ryan's side. So it could very possibly still be the the Latios that does Dynamax. It's a very, very strong possibility of that happening. Clefable taking sand damage, so also unaware. Interesting. We do have a lot of setup options, so that does make sense. Like the Seller's Dealer sets up, the Garchomp kind of sets up a little bit as well. We do have that, he's kind of just in the back though. For the last turn here, I think we're just going to go for the Flutterby into the Latios, and we're just going to go for that Iron Head into that Clefable again. Celesteela, I don't think is being threatened by a knockout this turn. I think the exception might be like a Helping Hand Flare. Max Flare coming out. But it's not Life Orb, so it might be alright. Armaldo looking in relatively decent positioning at the moment. It's got the Assault Vest and that special defense buff from the sand as well, so it's really specially defensive at the moment. While having Dynamax, having that double HP, really big for it, so quite nice there. We are going to see the Dynamax come out here from Ryan now. I doubt it's going to be the Clefable. Yeah, it is the Latios. That makes by far the most sense in this scenario here. And from what we can see, the Latios, it could potentially fire off a Flare. We will have to see. The Max Flare does come out. It's going to go into the Celesteela. Do we take that with the +1? We do on 32 HP. Quite nice. We will definitely take that. The sun is up. The sun will remain up, but not really too much of an issue. We have the Iron Head Ear into the Clefable. It does knock out the Clefable. That is quite nice. So we are going to get an attack buff on the Celesteela as well. And we are going to have a Max Flutterby into the Latios, and that's going to drop its special attack a single stage. You know what? We'll do one better. We'll knock it out. So we are up just with our lead. Or not really our lead. We led Indeedee, but with the turn 1 pivot, we are up 4-1 at the moment. So pretty solid open into the game 1. We're going to see what the back Pokemon is. It is that Araquanid. So that can be a little... Actually, it's not really that terrifying. We should be faster with Celesteela because we are, like, jolly. And we do have Acrobatics as well. So I think we're just going to go just for safe, consistent damage here. We're going to go for that Acrobatics and the X-Scissor. That should be enough to take the game 1 here. As the Acrobatics does come out here with that attack buff, Araquanid is going to go down. Very strong win right out the gate here for us. We didn't really reveal too much. We revealed that there was Babiri Unaware Clef. That was kind of the main thing that we did look at revealing there. Yeah, we'll take Ryan's lead code. Why not? We'll play the same rules. We don't really change in the best of 3. I did like that lead. Purely because it allowed us to pivot Celesteela in relatively safely while getting that special defense boost. The special defense boost means that we can live a Max Flare from full, and even living a Max Flare after a Draco Meteor switch in. Really nice stuff. So, really tough to complain about that. The Armaldo lead is really good, and to be honest, I'm kind of just going to probably go for it again. But I will probably just go for that same lead. And I think in the back, I still think Togepi is a decent shout, but I think Garchomp is probably the correct decision. Our team is kind of on the far side of things. We could ball out, but I think if Musharna comes and if like it's a Follow Me Trick Room, things get a little dicey in that regard. I think because of that, I do want Togepi in as that 4th there. So we take a little bit of time to think. Ryan also taking their time to think as well. Very understandable there. So from the looks of things, Marowak is very likely to be Thick Club. Like, I don't think there's any reason why that shouldn't be Thick Club. I was going to say, looking pretty close to a timeout, but he's locked in, so it's all good. We are going to have a look through to see this here going into the game 2. I don't think we'll get as a convincing win as we did in the game 1, but Marowak, the Armaldo was really solid here. We see the Licky Tongue come out and the Latios as well. We see the Indeedee and the Armaldo. Maybe this time we've got a little bit more pressure looming from the Armaldo side of things, so maybe we can get away with a cheeky Expanding Force. The Cloud9, of course. That actually makes a lot of sense, considering we have a pretty nasty rain mode on hand for us. So we'll go for the E-Force, and from here, I think we probably do we just go Giga Chad mode? I think we hold off on Giga Chad mode for the time being, and just throw the X's into Latios on the turn 1. There's going to be a Dynamax immediately. I think it'd be really cool if it's Licky Tongue, but it's almost definitely going to be that Latios there. If the Latios goes for a Geyser, I don't think it should. I think it might just go for a Wormwind, and a Wormwind does make like a lot of sense in this position. Oh yeah, Wormwind makes a lot of sense in this position. That is not going to be very friendly to us. That is going to one-shot the Armaldo. Potentially with Dynamax, maybe we can take that, but this is not looking amazing now, because that was Specs. Licky Tongue drank that. They both kind of drank that, but Licky Tongue especially drank that. But I think Togepi is the Pokemon to come in here, because I think we kind of just need to stall a turn while getting some Expanding Force damage out. As weird as that sounds, I think we just need that extra turn for that Latios to not really be attacking what we have here in front of us. We do have the Psychic Seed on the Celesteela too, and we do have the options to go for the Max Guards. We can look at Airstreaming as well. There's the Airstream coming out there from the Latios there. Togepi taking under half from that. Really nice stuff. Do we see a response from Licky here in terms of what it wants to do? We might see it in a moment. The Licky goes for Steel Roller. Ooh, that's pretty nasty work, actually. Because the weirdness is going to disappear from the battlefield now, so our hand is kind of forced to swap Indeedee out into Celesteela and kind of go for that Follow Me again. So we do burn that last turn of Dynamax from the Latios, and we are able to get the Indeedee out and then back in to reset that terrain. I do think, because of what's happened, I think we might be forced to Dynamax Indeedee, as weird as that sounds. Licky Tongue has been substituted out here. Marowak is in now. Okay. We're going for the Follow Me again. We'll see what the Latios wants to go for. It is another Airstream. Okay. Things are not looking amazing now. I think with all those Airstreams, I think the Marowak, depending on how fast the Marowak is, it's potentially just faster than our Celesteela now. Which means I think I'm in a position where I think I have to Dynamax the Celesteela in order to remain in, like, good contention in this game. I think we might just be in a pretty... We might just be in a pretty rough spot, just, like, in general, though, due to just the nature of those Airstreams. I think the play here is to protect the Celesteela, and I think it's to Dynamax the Indeedee and go for a Phantasm into the Marowak, potentially looking to knock it out. I think that is what we need to go for. because I think Celesteela Dynamax seems like the really obvious call here. And I think we're up against the wall enough to where we need to make a good prediction or two correct for us to really get some better mileage out of that. So we have the Dynamax Indeedee. Very bit of an unusual side Dynamaxing the Indeedee there, but it also means we can look at resetting our own Psychic Terrain before it goes down. We do protect the Celesteela. We're gonna see what they both go for. It could be good news, but it could be bad. Oh, it's the Draco Meteor into the Indeedee, which we do dodge. And fortunate, Indeedee was faster than the Marowak at +1. Take a note of that. This one whack. Okay. So I think with that, I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna check those numbers real quick. So you probably hear a bit of clacking from the keyboard. Clefable comes out now. I had a feeling that may end up coming out. But that is the 4th there. I think we're kind of just going to go for the... I think because of the Babiri Berry, Acrobatics is strongest move into Clefable. And I'm going to look at... I don't think we get any real gain out of max striking at all. But we do cover a Clefable pivot. But I am going to max strike the Latios. If it's a Clefable for me, that's fair enough. Alright, so we go Indeedee. We probably do... Yeah, we live that quite nicely. Okay. So if we get the knockout here, we're probably in some decent shape. With that there... So we do see both the speeds get dropped there from the Latios and the Clefable. The Acrobatics there, barely not enough to take it out, but that's probably fine. Because I think we're going to go for the Acrobatics and another max strike. And... Latios does switch out here. Alrighty. Clefable protected itself, which is fine. We do get the max strike off into it. That will be enough to knock it out. Max move hitting through protect. They are absolutely busted. Oh, okay, so at +1, if Jolly max speed, we barely outspeed it with Indeedee, so he probably knows we're timid max speed now. And the Acrobatics on the Licky Licky is going to knock it out there. Really lovely stuff. I think with that, we might have the game locked. We have the attack boost on the Celesteela now. We're just going to click Acrobatics and spec Shadow Ball. And I don't think Latios has a really good option to cover both. So I think we've been able to clutch that one out, which is quite nice. We'll go for the Acrobatics into the Latios, and we'll go for that Shadow Ball into there as well. The early Dynamax is a bit rough. Togepi was able to stall, finally getting some use out of Togepi. We've been fishing for it all season, but there's been phenomenal work from these two here that are currently on the field. The 4 that we brought have just kind of done pretty well through the Game 1 and the Game 2. Game is not over yet, though. There could be something that we are missing here. But we will have to see. I'll have to run through and probably do some number crunching as well. So, we're going to see the Mystical Fire come out here. That is the fire move of choice here. The Celesteela will be able to take that so nicely. The Psychic Seed really creating big waves here onto that. The Shadow Ball's going to come out here. That's another KO for the Indeedee, and we do win that one in a 2-0 fashion. So pretty stoked about that. Can't really complain too much. We had pretty solid line into that 6 with the with kind of the 3 that we had, but Togepi, Follow Me, and that extra bulk that we had kind of created the time we needed to allow ourselves to get into the position where we can win. Living the double in from the Airstream and the Steel Roller was really quite nice. That allowed us to redirect that last Dynamax move from that Latios, while also being able to pivot safely into Celesteela to allow us to get into that. You saw the Draco Meteor damage didn't do half to the Indeedee there, so the Indeedee was able to take that. So the miss did suck, but because we were faster, probably didn't matter too much. But we're going to stop rambling about that. We are now 2-2, and yeah, better than what I expected, not going to lie. So we're going into week 5 next week. We'll see you all then.